This villager's looking extremely vexed. Somebody should address his problems. Shit. How will I solve this? Sir? 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 Can I help you? He's never been more enthralled. Oh, that looked like I fucking pet him. Where's that blasted boat? It should have been here by now. Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there. My daughter is late returning from Kugane. You see, I thought to come back and look for her. I can't imagine the Confederacy giving her any trouble. She's always been good about putting money aside for the Ruby Tithe. Oh, gods. What if the Red Kojin caught sight of her? My dear sweet Shihumi. She only meant to bring home a bit of old furnishings to give comfort to our village. I don't know what I'd do if anything should happen to her. I know this is very sudden, but you have the look of a man who can handle a bit of danger. Would you be willing to look for my daughter? She should be traveling close to the shore of Sakazuki. Meow, 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 meow. It's that old tone. We haven't heard that for a while. Out across this lake. I know the whole like underwater part is detailed and full of stuff, but since there's no reason to be down there for the most part, it just kind of feels like this whole zone's mostly just empty. Would you like more repeating water texture? There's probably a lot of local quests that tell you to go underwater. Or reasons. It did not ding again, so I am not ready for the next class quest yet. I should not be talking about that. That stuff's not going to make any sense in context anymore. Would you? Because I go through and I usually farm up all of the entire storylines of the Beast Tribes and put them in one video, so this won't be coming up for a while. Ah! Please, stay away. Not another step. I was sent here with a fishman. I was sent here by a fisherman from Isari. A fisherman from Isari? By any chance did he send you in search of his daughter? If so, I suppose it is me you were searching for. My name is Shihumi. My ship was attacked by the Red Kojin, but I was saved by this warrior of blue. Would that he could have saved the cargo on board. Saved the cargo? Very well. Wait, your kindness is greatly appreciated, but you cannot mean to go against the Red Kojin. Not alone. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Alright, bye. Please, sir, you have to go after him. He was gravely injured in my rescue. 'Twould be suicide for him to face in his condition. Right. Blanked for a moment what I was doing. Hey, please get it, I forgot. Right. How could I fall for such an obvious trap? Thank you. Ah, God, I fucked up my voice earlier, apparently. Thank you, brave warrior. I'm just not going to do a voice. I can't do anything deep at the moment. Oh, thank goodness you're both all right. Why have you come, woman?
I'm sorry. You both were gone for so long I began to worry and...
Do not misunderstand. I am not angry. I meant only to say this place is dangerous. When the red are gone, but the red are gone now and your cargo is safe. Everything is there, yes?
One, two... Yes, this seems to be all of it. The others will be so happy when they see these goods. Thank you so much.
Then my work here is finished.
Wait, please, would you at least tell me the name of the gallant Kojin who rescued me?
My name? I am Kabuto of the Blue. You, brave warrior, who is actually blue, what is the name of the man who rescued me? I am Zev of the Green. Haha, funny joke. Zev, I shall remember it.
I haven't much, but please, let me repay you both for your kindness.
Zev saved my life. For another to repay my debt of gratitude would be a stain on my honor.
I see. Then at the very least let me give you something. Most of these goods are worn or broken, but if anything here is to your liking, by all means.
Broken?
Repairing them is part of my training as a craftsman. Thankfully, the merchants of Kugane are willing to part with such wares for relatively little. Still, I hope there is something here that pleases you.
What is this?
Oh, okay. Ah, that is a katakuri puppet. Would that I knew who made it or how. Fixing it was quite the challenge. Still, the children back home will love.
I would have this katakuri.
Oh, that is a fine choice. Yes, a fine choice indeed. Far be it from me to deny the Kojin who saved me his reward.
I will have this children's toy. I enjoy action figures as a ninja turtle. Zev, meet with me at the entrance to Tamamizu. There I will present you with a token of my thanks. It's used in arcade cabinets. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time video game.
A peculiar one, isn't he? Certainly not the best with words, but his heart is pure and his sword true. Thank you again for your help. Delivering these home should be easy enough on my own. Take care, and safe travels.
Are her braids blowing in the wind? Aren't braids kind of heavy? Like compared to their surface area? Do braids blow in the wind? I don't know. Doop, 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 doop. I've never had hair long enough to do a ponytail or a braid or any kind of anything with it. Last time I tried to grow my hair even moderately long, everybody made fun of me. Apparently, I just look fucking awful. Cool. You get one life, and sometimes you can just go fuck yourself. It is so gray. Can we have a time of day change, please? Being in the expansion that's always daylight, I don't really miss the day-night cycle, really. This game's so fucking boring to look at when it's nighttime, because it's just this gray, low contrast, eye strainy. It probably looks even worse on the YouTube video than it does for me. You have come. Good. There you are. You disobeyed me to go search for treasures again, didn't you? What's this? Ah, Zev, a welcome surprise. I hope Kabuto has not given you too much trouble.
I don't remember Bushin's voice. It was probably Eric. Eric? Andrew. Saved my life, and so I wish to present him a token of my gratitude. I did not realize you were acquainted. Perhaps I should take my leave.
But wait, Kabuto, where are you going? We'll have your gift to Zev.
So you did not come to speak with him?
I was not even aware he was here. I came searching for you. How many times must I tell you not to go searching for treasure on your own? The Red are running amok in the Ruby Sea. You know this.
Yes, I went alone. And yes, I was saved by Zev, but I believe it was fate. It brought us together and rewarded me with a karakuri puppet.
I will not deny you are a gifted fighter, but it would be foolish to mistake today's happenstance for good fortune. Though I suppose you have done worse in more favorable situations.
Before we continue, I wish to add today's find to the treasure vault. It's a toy. It's supposed to be for you. It doesn't really serve much purpose and value.
You seem puzzled, Zev. Ah, you must think he means to travel to the Isle of Zeki. Allow me to explain. As you are well aware, the Isle of Zeki has been home to the most prized relics of both the Red and Blue since time immemorial. Though the Red guard it fiercely, they can no longer subsist on the plunder of the Imperials. Now they demand that we join in their work as mercenaries and raiders. Naturally, we refuse, so they deny us entry to the vault. Rather than take up arms against our brothers, we have taken it upon ourselves to create a new treasure vault here in Tamamizu. To that end, we have devoted a great deal of effort to searching far and wide for treasures with which to fill our vault. If certain individuals would learn not to wander off on their own, I could take comfort in knowing said efforts are not wasted.
Others would only slow me down.
You will have to forgive Kabuto. He is as stubborn as his shell is thick. But you are not here to listen to our quarrels. Come, let us make our way to the treasure vault.
Weird turtles.
Kabuto, you've returned. What wondrous treasure have you brought us today? You can't possibly expect to fill the vault on your own. Such a task is much too great, even for you. Let us help, brother.
No, I work alone.
Oh my. You never mentioned the puppet was a Kojin. Such detail, such craftsmanship. The kami will surely be pleased with a treasure so fine.
They're making little hearts with their hands.
Kabuto of the Blue.
What? Makura, was that you?
Oh, I woke up. No one walks alone, Kabuto. To turn your back on your brothers and sisters would be folly of the greatest order.
Atsuku Mogami. Oh, great divine spirit, we are humbled by your presence.
Raise your heads and be proud.
You have done well to gather such a glorious bounty. The task before you is too great for a single Kojin. Kabuto, you must lead your brothers and sisters. Lead them to ever greater treasures and prosperity. You've been chosen, brother. I am honored. Truly I am. I swear on my honor, our vault will overflow with riches. But I need no help to. Silence. You will form a company of treasure seekers, starting with him. Yes, you, with the muscular arms. Please, Divine One, there is no need to burden him with such insolence. You call yourself a warrior, but your prowess pales before the might of Zev. Was it not you who said it was fate that brought you together? Yes, but how do you? You must accept that to which fate has bound you, Kabuto. And do so with all your heart. Henceforth, you and yours will be known as the Divine Circle. Who else shall join you in this endeavor? Well, there is Zukin, Makura, and Shikitai. That is, if it isn't an inconvenience. Where is your backbone, Kabuto? The duty placed upon you is both sudden and daunting, so your uncertainty shall be forgiven, but only this once. Furthermore, until you prove your resolve to be unbending and your mind focused, I, Tsukumo, will oversee your operations personally. And with that, our team is assembled. Let us set forth and seek out the untold riches of the realm, that even the red Kojin will burn with envy. Everyone obeying this toy without question just makes me think that it's just not real. Like it's a plant, and somebody wants to trick them into gathering riches to steal it. Yeah. Hitting my desk. Unprofessional. And now we do the quest. Good, you are here. We are prepared to embark on a search for treasure. Would you, I was certain he would follow through, but alas, he wishes to invite you on our expedition. Perhaps we should begin by explaining where we are going and why. Shikitahe's pirate associates in Yangshar have informed him of a treasure that may prove suitable to our vault. If that what we have been told is true, the owner of said treasure can be found somewhere near Namai. Our mission is to befriend this individual and see if there is aught we can do to trade for this oddity, whatever it may be. Now let us be off. I picked up all the other quests first. Whoops. Oh, it's in a different map. That's helpful. Because I've cluttered this one up with dailies by picking up the wrong things first. I can fly here! Yay! That was relevant for seconds. Seconds! This villager claims to have knowledge of what we seek.
I can only tell you what I've heard. Whether or not that is the truth of it, you must decide for yourselves.
If I may ask, what exactly is this treasure?
Forgive me. I had forgotten it can speak. I do not mean to question your decision to come here, but I sincerely doubt any treasure you will find will be compared to this doll.
I forgot about that. This may well be true, but our aim is to create a collection. To that end, we came here following the rumors... Oh, that's you. Yeah, I guess that's your voice now. Following the rumors of a treasure here in Namai.
No doubt a burdensome quest if every piece must be a curiosity such as you. Sadly, I cannot say what this treasure is, only that its owner is of the Namazu.
How could you be certain what they possess is of any worth?
He has been seen carrying something about the glittering basin with greatest of care, but only briefly. Upon realizing he was not alone, he leaves with all haste. He speaks with no one, and so we are left to wonder what it is he guards so dearly. If you mean to approach him, it will not be easy.
How are we to strike a deal with such a seemingly skittish character? We must find something that Namazu is willing to trade for. That he might stay and consider an exchange instead of running away. Yes, an excellent idea. Then let us begin our search. Not so fast, my friend. Even if he were to appear before us now, here and now, we have not with which to barter. Our time would be better spent learning about this Namazu. We have already inconvenienced Sev greatly. We must not keep him away from his other duties. Sympathy for a comrade? Well, I suppose it would be prudent to know where the Namazu can be found when we are ready to bargain. Very well, let us find an ideal location to better survey the area. The skies. Yeah. Christmas. All right. Just keep RNGing that mount.
We must find the Namazu.
Oh God. Dear Lord, he could be anywhere. Okay. It's just so goofy to me that this zoom doesn't work as a zoom at all. I cannot go any further left. Cannot go any further to right. Oh, there he is. You found him. Very well done, Zev. But where is he headed? We must find a better vantage point. Oh, we're gonna be doing this a bunch, aren't we? Okay.
Boop. Flying Nimbus.
But with the less cool pose. It's okay. I'll just be sad forever. Because Square Enix personally betrayed me on an individual level.
Is he moving around last time too?
He seems to be digging. There must be... This must be where he buried the treasure. At last, we can see what it is that he guards so dearly. Ah, so it is a vase we are after.
I think I just discovered that the turtles and the Rothgar have the same animation skeleton. They were perfectly in sync in that cutscene.
The only question remaining now is why must he act in secret? The answer may be our key to approaching him. The red Kojin. So we are not the only ones that have come in search of treasure.
Those are suspiciously similar. Look at them next to each other. That's surreal, actually.
Quickly, Kabuto. Tuck me away and get me down there. We have to stop them.
Whee!
Stay back. The Namazu is safe, but they've taken the vase. We have to get it back.
Please, please, just leave me alone.
No need to fear, friend. We are here to help.
You hear that? The bungled blue and his wet nurse want to help. No need to worry your pretty little shell. We've only come to retrieve what is ours by right. And he was more than willing to give it to us.
Give it to you? You're a liar, and I still have the lumps to prove it. You're here to help, yes? Then you can start by teaching those brutes a lesson.
This treasure belongs to the vault. You know this to be true. Now stand down.
No, give back the vase.
Oh, how curious. Before he spoke like a whining child, and now he speaks as a would-be warrior. Lay down your sword and surrender. If you do, we may consider allowing you to work as one of our mercenaries.
I would rather die than serve you red brutes. We're very racist here.
Watch your tongue. You stand in the presence of General Hirumaki of the Red. Now, Shauki, let's not be rash with this would-be warrior. Given the right incentive, I'm sure he and his brothers could be convinced to join us.
Never. Not for all the treasure in the world.
Again with your whining. Perhaps the blue are not worth having as mercenaries after all. Though I could be convinced. Mark my words, when next we meet, I will have one of your knees begging to join us.
I will have you on your knees begging to join us. We're just not gonna stop them? Zev, you have a gun. Those fiends, do they think we will let them simply walk away?
That doll, it talks.
Yes, well, though your Kojin savior here is indeed brave, he is not the best with words. I step in on occasion to speak on his behalf. But enough of that. Kabuto, you must follow them. Zev and I will be right behind you. A doll that speaks. Interesting.
Thank you for saving me. Would that we had met on better terms. My name is Goyeki.
Zev, go and assist Kabuto. I will be along shortly with our new friend here. The good mammal. Damn. And I'm also here. He had reinforcements lying in wait. I managed to fend them off, but he got away.
There you are.
What of the vase? Were you able to take it back from them? My apologies, Tsukumo.
No need to concern yourself. No. I'm actually glad to be rid of it.
As Goyeki tells it, there was a rather unpleasant story behind that vase.
Indeed there is. It was not until I came into possession of it that I learned of the misfortune that befell each of its previous owners.
What?
When the birds first began to follow me, I thought nothing of it. But then their droppings came. Every day, a torrent, a maelstrom of dung from the heavens. I grew suspicious, and soon after I learned the vase had been cursed by its maker. I made every effort, took every opportunity to get rid of it. But whether I dropped into the ocean or abandoned on a mountainside, it always found its way back to me. As did the storms. Eventually I learned of a way the curse may be broken. It involves a small ritual that must be performed while alone. Otherwise the misfortune would spread, and we mustn't have that, no. But if the Red Kojin want it, they can have it.
I see. Truly the world is full of strange treasures. In any case, I suspect the curse will soon come to an end. They will be taking the vase to the Kojin's treasure vault on the island of Zeki. Once enshrined within, it will be purified by the myriad kami inside. The vase will haunt you no longer.
Oh, thank goodness! I must repay you for your kindness. Come. If there is anything you want to ask of me, name it.
Any thoughts, Zev? Let Kabuto decide. How modest of you. Well, go on, Kabuto. The decision is yours. Well, the Blue Kojin are seeking allies, and,
But of course! You are mostly merchants and traders, yes? That suits my plans perfectly. I was looking for partners with whom to do business.
Forgive me for interrupting, but I could not help but notice you have quite the charm.
What? I'm flattered, truly, but I don't think it would work between a Namazu and a...
He means the bell. It is old, but it has an exquisite shine. Yes, that is indeed a marvelous chime that dangles around your neck.
Oh, my chime! Of course. What else could you have meant? Well, you have a good eye, Tsukumo. These chimes are the pride and joy of the Namazu. Why, I've worn this one around my neck since my first name day.
With a brilliant shine matched only by that of your kind-hearted soul, no doubt.
Please stop, before you make me blush. Tell you what, as a show of good faith between soon-to-be partners in trade, how would you like one of these chimes? Not mine, of course, but I'm certain I can find one for you.
That would be wonderful.
Then I'm off to check my storehouse. When I find one, I'll send it to Tamamizu post-haste.
That went rather well, would you not agree? With Gyokai safe, and a splendid chime promised to your vault. I believe our work here is done. Let us return to Tamamitsu for a well-earned respite. We did the thing. Time to do dailies. Nope, not yet. Ah, you are returned. Bunshin was overjoyed to hear of our new trade partner in Gyoeki. It would seem we are off to a spectacular start. Thank you for your help. I would say you more than helped, my friend. We would still be in Yangsha if not for your sharp eyes. In contrast, what would you say of Kabuto's performance this day? He brought honor to the Blue Kojin. Indeed he has. Though Hiromaki escaped, Gyokei's life was spared, and soon our treasure vault will benefit from his generosity. I have much to learn. The difference in strength between Zev and me is still too great. To acknowledge your limitations is the first step in overcoming them. Others may think you proud, but I can see there is more to you than that. You care deeply for the well-being of your people, though you have had few opportunities to demonstrate this. You have great potential, Kabuto, and I believe you may yet make a fine leader. Yoke is now a trading partner with the Blue Kojin and has pledged a contribution to the treasure vault. Why are the red ones red but the blue ones are green? We'll never solve this one. Alright, and now time for dailies.
Alright. Let's be responsible and responsible like this matters. Let's chip away at my long-term goals in Final Fantasy to feel like I'm accomplishing things in my life and that my life is in order. Ha 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 ha. Not you. You. I have not been as aggressive as I was when I did the Heaven's Word and A Realm Reborn factions. Not only am I only doing Kabuto at the moment, or whatever they're called, whenever I hit a cutscene that I have to record, I often stop doing the faction for like a month. It's a bit of an issue. Just takes. I have to do more recording. Everything else going on.
Zev, your timing is fortuitous as always. We received word of an artifact in the Azim Steppe, worthy of the vault. As I am unfamiliar with lands beyond the Ruby Sea, I would ask you to accompany me. Well said, Kabuto. I knew you had it in you. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated, Zev. Being such a well-traveled adventurer, I suspect you would be much better suited to guide us. Excellent. Then we will meet you in reunion. Right, and then because I went through a major appearance change, so until now this episode had me blue, and now I am no longer. I guess whenever I record videos like this, you can tell exactly when it was recorded, because if you do a little sleuthing, because where we are in the main story is always on the screen. Usually the next story quest has been accepted, but even if it hasn't been, the top corner just says what the next story thing is. In Reunion. Or Dare. I'll just teleport there the quick way. Actually, I think that's a different map.
Not totes sure. Yeah, I've been meaning to get ahead on these because I want to finish the Stormblood faction so I can then get started on the Shadowbringer factions. I struggle with the names of these expansions sometimes. I'm trying to get. I want to be caught up, and then I need to get a gathering class established so I can finally do anything that requires gathering classes. Both because one of my dudes requires that in order to have a because I need another class so that I don't just train them as both as monks, but I also need to level up. What? What? They can't do this to me. Is that specific to this mount? No! They changed how the game controls! No! You used to be able to spin in midair and maintain your forward momentum. Your character now moves around. No! That's so unsatisfying. Jump while you're running, jumping and then spinning in midair and then landing facing forward still and not losing any speed was a fun little way of making running more entertaining. It's stupid looking when you just hop a lot. This isn't even, this isn't World of Warcraft where you randomly proc a flip or whatever on your character. You just look dumb jumping. But if you do a little spin. Okay, so you can still do it on foot. You used to be able to do it on your mount though, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm super off topic now. There are auras everywhere. It calls to mind Su no Sato. I was concerned you would retreat further into your shell, being so far away from home, but I am glad to be mistaken. At any rate, we must not waste any more time. I will accompany Kabuto to see what we can learn here in Reunion. You should have a look about as well to see if you can learn aught of this treasure. Remember Reunion? Remember when we spent several hours explaining the internal politics of this place and then left? And none of that was furthered the story going forward really at all? Yeah, I've heard of a young Kastiri boy and his bow. Uchikin is his name. Though I love a good rumor, I suggest you speak with him yourself to learn the truth. But anyway, what I was getting at was that I need to also... I want to level up a gathering class. I need to get caught up on all of these dailies, and then I also, as another side project, need to level up my other classes I've already established to get them up to my current level, because then I can get caught up on the story so far for those classes for each expansion. But also then I can also let my guy retainer level up finally, because he's hard to lock at like level 51 because that's what my monk is, and my monk is my only class so far that okay. My monk is the only class that my retainers can be. They can't be a machinist, a dancer, or a samurai, so he's stuck at level 51 until I grind it up, but it's hard to find bonus time for MMO. I have so many other things I'm trying to do. When do I draw? A boy with a bow that can pierce the heavens? I've heard the rumors, but who would believe such nonsense? I guarantee you his bow pales in comparison to mine. Dr. Ego. This and the flame wheels are my favorite mounts. This is just so spectacular. The pose sells it so good. A great treasure? Do you mean the bow belonging to the Kastiri boy? I've heard he can pierce the very heavens with it. Wow, you added so much to the story. And that you repeated the words the other people said, but with no additional details whatsoever. Zev, how did you fare? I spoke with the Aura of the Kestio tribe. Well, I tried to. I was met only with silence. A pity you were not there. Kabuto speaking with a man of fewer words than himself is something that must be seen to be believed.
How is it they can govern Reunion yet never speak? They gain the trust of their brethren through actions, not words. Indeed, words mean nothing without action to prove their worth. Though I know not how, their silence speaks volumes. It said that we should judge this treasure with our own eyes. That would certainly be the safest way to ascertain the truth of the stories that brought us here. Speaking of stories, were you able to learn anything from the residents of Reunion, Zev? Yeah, I learned one thing, and then the other two people said the exact same words, but slightly in different orders. A boy of the Kestir tribe. I see. Persuading him to relinquish a weapon of such value seems unlikely, but at the very least we should seek him out. We are like to find him faster if we split up, Zev. Would you try searching south of Reunion? Kabuto and I will go... we'll go north. That surprised me. This is a fun one too, but it's just goofy. Stupid little chair. Ah, see, I keep wanting to do it. Is it because I have flying? Oh, it's because I have flying, isn't it? That might be why, actually. I might be very stupid. I might be a stupid person. Uchikin seems awfully dejected. Uchikin stifles his tears as he points southeast. Bereft of his bow, you surmise it was stolen. The culprit might likely made off in the direction of Uchikin's pointing. Don't worry, I'll retrieve your bow. Uchikin seems immensely grateful for your aid. You should leave now before the thief gets away. I'm sure this is based on folklore or something, since so much of this game is based on real life bits. So there might just be like a whole like existing legend of this like vault, maybe tied to the Kappas or something. But I keep wanting to find more meaning for these characters. Like, oh, they wanna, like, they hoard the riches, not like specifically because they need to like amass all of these dangerous devices in one location. Like they need to. I'm saying that wrong. Like the world's full of dangerous weapon, like Magitech weapons or something like that, and if we take them all and hoard them away in this vault, we're like disarming the world. It's like nuclear disarmament or something. Whoa. But it's just like, this seems neat. It's in a box now. I don't like this faction, and then the fact that they look for treasures. They're not normally weapons. This one's a weapon, but they're not normally weapons. They're just cool stuff. And then they hide it away for no one. And it's like, what if somebody would have liked that? What if that would have enriched the world in some way, be it art or a cool device or something? What's the kami gonna do with it? Look at it. I don't remember if they've even established what the kami wants out of these things, and the kami is talking to us, if I remember correctly. I don't actually remember if it's come up. Drill! The experience of not being level locked. Whee! They both seem quite pleased to have the bow returned. Where did you find it? You were just preparing to search the area with Uchikin's father. What, do you have flying unlocked or something? It's cheating. The Red Kojin. I didn't expect them to come this far in search of treasure. Come now, Kabuto. If we're able to learn of this great treasure, it stands to reason they might come to know of it as well. That said, this bow doesn't appear to be particularly unique, though it does seem easy for a child to wield. So that is the way of it. The bow is for Uchikin's training. Then it was not the bow, but Ujikin's natural prowess that spurred the rumors. I suspect Ujikin was not all that talented when he began practicing. Take a closer look at the bow. Its size is perfect for him, and the draw weight seems to be such that he can handle it with ease. Moreover, it appears to be far from new, meaning Ujikin has put a great deal of care into maintaining it. I think it was crafted by his father as a gift, and because Ujikin enjoyed the bow so much, he labored tirelessly to master it. It is indeed a treasure, in Ujikin's eyes. There. Well, there you have it. And who are we to ask him to part with something so precious? No, I believe there's nothing left for us here. What is this? I think he means to grant us leave to barter in reunion. You would welcome trade with the Blue Kojin? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Trade here in Azim Steppe will prove more valuable than any single treasure. Again, we have gained a new ally thanks to you. Your resourcefulness never ceases to amaze. Isn't that right, Kabu? I think it's just a doll again. Yep. Tsukumo. Where was I? Ah, yes. Your resourcefulness. There is much we have to learn from you, Zev. Why do you all stare at me so? Is something the matter? You suddenly stopped moving, as if devoid of life. Yeah, he's a doll. Nonsense. You must be imagining things. I assure you I am perfectly fine. Or are we interpreting the doll as being alive, like containing a life, and not just a remote-controlled thing? Ujikin's father wants us to follow him. No doubt there are still details of our new trade agreement that must be decided upon. Kabuto and I can handle matters from here. Once we have finished our business in reunion, we will meet you back in Tamamitsu. Heading on back then. Do. Talks with the Kester went well. While returning home, however, Tsukumo began acting strangely again. For the last time, Kabuto, I am fine. I was merely tired from the long journey. But enough about me. We should be celebrating a job well done. Trade with Reunion will open up new opportunities for the Blue Kojin, and the Kester have taught us a lesson of the importance of one's actions. I hope it is one you took to heart, Kabuto.
I have. It was inspiring to see how they could manage all of Reunion yet never speak. Yet I still find myself relying on Zev more than I should.
What happened to the confident Kojin I saw in Azim Steppe? This is no way for the leader of the Divine Circle to behave. Is that not so, Zev? I have faith in you, Kabuto. My apologies, Zev, but it seems we will have need of your assistance a while longer. There we go. Belle. You'll be the belle of the ball. The Kester of Azim Steppe have invited the Blue Kojin to barter in reunion and offered a contribution to the treasure vault.
There we go. I've actually lost track of how far along in this I am. As far as, like, what this current reputation means. I gotta go remind myself. So that's a bit of a visual change mid-video, again, as it goes, but that's just... that's how the side content goes. Especially... supposed to be spread out over time, but I'm spreading it out over a lot more time.
Hero, might I ask a favor of you? I recently acquired a suit of armor. It's heavily worn, and thus required repairs. I have entrusted a smith in Kogane with its restoration. I would go alone to retrieve it, but I worry about the voyage. Twice now the Red Kojin have interfered with our plans. I fear they will strike again. If they do, he needs your help. His condition has yet to improve, but we can discuss that later. Come, let us make for Kugane.
Meow, 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 meow.
Nope, not you. Not you. Don't get distracted by the shinies. Because I completed 3 dailies yesterday, but then turning in 2 of them finished the meter. But then I was like, oh, I don't want to record the next story bit right now, though, so I put it off. I have 1 turn-in left over from the previous tier. I think I can turn that in and then still accept 3 new quests today. I should double check whether or not I can accept new quests from the previous tier today and then turn this in, get to the next tier, then accept 3 from the new tier or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Every now and then I think about being efficient, and then I'm like, you know what'd be really efficient is if you actually did this every day, haha. Like that's more efficient than my decision making can ever be, if I just commit better. But it is what it is. Like, I want to level Dark Knight and get Dark Knight as the next class, potentially. Because I've heard the storyline's cool, and I thought that the whole inheriting that guy's soul thing might inform that narrative a bit in a cool way. It's like the blood on his axe is in my fur now. It's like a visual metaphor. I don't know, the transformations have been fun. And also I could get art of him looking like Guts a bit. Maybe.
Good, you're here. It would seem the Forge has entrusted Shihomi with my armor. Curious twist of fate, no?
Zev, my, what a pleasant surprise. It's good to see you again.
I don't know who this is. I don't remember this person. It's from an entire expansion ago, and I can barely tell you what happened in Stormblood. It was really not a very good expansion, to be honest.
And a pleasure to see you again as well. Oh, she's from earlier in this storyline. That would make more sense. She's one of the people we've helped. Which itself was months ago for me because I have not committed to doing these dailies very well.
Oh my word, it talked!
Ah, of course. We have not been properly introduced. I am Tsukumo, a kami called forth from the treasure vault in Tamamizu. I read everything I could about the Kojin and their beliefs since we parted ways. The text spoke of kami that inhabit treasures in their keep, but I never imagined them to be real. Well, as you can see, they are more than mere stories. But this is not this is not why we are here. We have come to inquire about the armor we entrusted to you for repairs. Yes, of course. As a fledgling craftsman, I pour my heart into all my work, and this armor is no exception. But I've already delivered it to Hell's Lid, as instructed in your letter.
Letter? We sent no letter. This must be the work of the Red Kojin.
Oh no, is there anything we can do?
Kill them all.
No need to fear. We need only stop them before they... Oh dear. He seems to have stopped. Must retrieve armor. Has Tsukumo always behaved so strangely?
Only for the past few moons. Do you think you can fix him? I would rather he stay with you when Zev and I face the Red Kojin. Moons? Does he mean days? Moons usually means months, but that is a very large implied time skip between... even I'm not taking that long. You ungrateful. To face them is to face death. You would only slow us down. Arrogant, thick-shelled. Please, calm yourself, Tsukumo. Kabuto means only to keep you from harm. By the time he returns, I promise you will be as good as new. Come, hero. You must hurry to Hell's Lid and intercept the delivery before it reaches the Red. Oh, that's my first reflex. I'm just like, get on him out. Where is this? Oh. This whole area is flying. It's the super zone. It's one of those chunks of game where you're like, they were trying something here. I see what's going on. They gave it a go, but I don't think it works. Just a monstrously large area that's mostly a big ocean. So it's just a bunch of flying for a lot of your experience, and before you have flying, it's just a lot of like figuring out the logistics of how to get around. And spend as little time here as possible. Just a huge empty area. It was ambitious in a way. Kind of broke the game over its knee a bit in order to try to get half the stuff to work. Like, transitioning from underwater to above water is just really awkward. And there's no reason why it had to be that hard to go from underwater. It's just the fact that I think it's almost exclusive. It's like it gotta be like exclusively because the game was still running, probably still on PS3s back then. 2 entire console generations ago. And so, those two the above and below water was just so much level to load at once and have working at once that they're probably just like, fuck it, we just gotta split this into 2 zones. And so they very awkwardly made it so that there's a loading gate between above and below water, essentially, just making the whole game real awkward. Then everybody else has to kind of deal with it because the game has parity across platforms until they discontinued the PS3 version. That stuff's just kind of rough. You're like, man, it actively makes the whole zone annoying to be in, honestly. The weird transition on top of everything else. You guys are not gonna have a lot of health. I guarantee it. Wanna see a crit? Here you go. Thank the gods you came when you did. Those red-shelled bastards nearly made off with this here package. Afraid this delivery was a trap of their creation. This armor is mine, you see, and I made no request to have it delivered, only to have it repaired by the armorer in Kugane. But it is as it is. The repairs are complete, and I would be more than happy to relieve you of your duty. You kidding? Well, it means I don't have to lug this crate back by all means. I wouldn't stay around here long, though. Those red Kojin could show up again at any moment. For a blessing, we have foiled their plans, and the courier was unharmed. Still, I find it strange the red Kojin knew of this armor. Competent, the lot of them. I suppose I'll have to handle this myself. That's definitely not what he sounds like. Incompetent, the lot of them. I suppose I'll have to handle this myself. I'm the bad guy. Well. If it isn't the cowardly Kojin from Yangsha. Have you come to beg, then? You cannot have this armor. Hiromaki. It belongs to the blue. Huh. Why would I concern myself with that pile of scrap when you've already given us so much?
Defeating you here and taking it would have been simple enough. We never dreamed you would leave it in Kugane for us.
They've got my toy god.
Yes, truly a gift of the divine.
Tsukumo? But how? If you would have the doll returned, the blue Kojin will serve. Your obedience may even grant you access to the vault. You would have us debase ourselves for you? Barter with blood and blade as you do? Never.
I suppose you mean to take this back with a fair trade? Your pretty words will buy naught but a quick death.
We'll be waiting for you on the Isle of Zeki. Come to serve or to die. The choice is yours.
It's not very nice.
The Red often deal in lies and deception. This base was likely empty, but if what they say is true, Shihomi may have come to harm. Would you go and check on her? I will deliver this armor home, then see to the truth of Hiromaki's threats.
And then go back to Kugane.
Oh, all the way back to, right, Kugane is the town.
The big city, not the normal. There we go.
Let's actually use the Aether right this time, unlike earlier. There we go.
Saving some time, look at me go. Remember this town?
Oh, Zeph. If only you had returned sooner.
Are you hurt? Are you hurt? That's the voice. Switching voices this many times, it can be wildly difficult sometimes. You're like, oh right, fuck.
I'm fine. Thank you, but shortly after you left, the Red Kojin came and took Tsukumo. There was nothing I could do. I know how much it meant to Kabuto, and yet I failed him when he needed me most.
You needn't worry. All that matters is you are safe. What's more, we recovered the armor.
Kabuto, I'm sorry to have caused you so much worry. Were you able to save Tsukumo?
Unfortunately, no. Hiromaki's forces overwhelmed me as he made his escape. But we know where they are keeping him. I promise you, we will get him back.
If you would stand against them, I will furnish you with any arms and armor you require. It's the least I can do.
I would be honored, as would my brothers, if you would have the Blue Kojin as patrons henceforth.
Yes, of course. I only wish I was able to repair poor Tsukumo. When he has safely returned, I promise to do all I can to fix him.
Thank you, Shihomi. Zev, meet me in Tamamisu. I would discuss strategy with you.
And this is a relatively straightforward escalation of stakes. I don't remember the exact narrative that happened, but it feels reminiscent of what happened with those fairy things. Those like nature sprites that were in the woods and would fly around and say, this one with that one, and I think they had a similar like thing going on with eggs and escalation and so on. It's like, oh no, the thing that the whole storyline said was the big important thing to keep a hold of, the bad ones got it. No, dang. I can't get a new one without turning in the old one. I told Shihomi
what she needed to hear, but I know you understand the hardships before us. Most people know little of the ways of war, and our numbers are few. Failure is assured if we face the red head-on. We at least have to try. Easier said than done, my friend. Kabuto, I heard from the others. How could you let them take away Tsukumo away from you? Elder, we were just planning a strategy to rescue him. I thought it best if Zev and I sneak in and say nothing to the rest of the Divine Circle? To those who look to you for guidance? Well, Now is not the time for false bravado. If you would go to the Isle of Zeki and face the Red, you will not do so alone. You must speak with the Divine Circle. No, with all of the Blue. Sound a call to arms and lead them into battle. Lead the Blue to battle? If that is the Elder's wish, then I fear I have no other choice. Hang on a minute. What if I turn in this quest, eat the cost, and grab the 3? Yeah. This is the trick, right? I grab these 3 at this tier, and then grab 3 more when I rank up to the next tier. That's eating the loss of that one quest is probably better. Let's find out if I'm right or not. I'll show it on camera. What a cool experiment. Just gotta mash through this whole conversation again. Yeah, the red highlights are a nice change on top of the gold. He was kind of just like getting blotted out by the sun sometimes when he was all white and gold. There we go. There's like armor and stuff still. I can get what they're going for with this stuff. Like, wow, the effect you're having on the world. But like, the Moogle storyline had you actually building up this whole like location and changing its appearance over time. I never notice this. Like, I don't look at this, and the changes that are made to it are not recognizable to me. And like, I think every one of these beast tribes has like some kind of changing location over time, but it's extremely hard to notice because it's just not. It's always, it's like basically a museum that's behind a rope in a corner. In fact, in this case, it literally is. The Fortune Kugane has accepted the Blue Kojin as patrons and repaired the armor that now rests in the treasure vault. In this case, where the literal items I'm getting are being added to that particular stand, which is noteworthy. But I think usually they have some kind of like, wow, the trade market looks better now. But I think one thing is that when you're improving a physical location in the other storylines, they don't show you a before and after in the scene. They just trust that you know the previous visuals so well that the change will immediately stand out to you. And I'm like, haha, no, incorrect. I definitely did not notice the change. Yes, there we go. That was the correct thing to do. There we go. Get a little head start. Alright, time to put some time in. Being spied upon. We see someone land right next to you and very obviously select and look at you. It's very interesting having people have to select you and like have their character look at you to reveal that they're looking at your character. That's just very funny. It's always Rothgar. Obviously.
Afraid you've arrived early, Zev. There is still much to do before preparations are complete. Yet I cannot stop thinking about Tsukumo's capture. Why strike in Kugane
rather than here in Tamamisu. There is little we could have done to stop them had they tried. Unless, what if this was not the work of the Red as a whole, but a plot by Hiramaki to satisfy his own greed? Defeating him would be the key to rescuing Tsukumo. The problem, however, is that he is always so heavily guarded. Our plans and preparation will all be for nothing unless they can be drawn away. As ever, your aid is greatly appreciated. Nevertheless, we cannot deny their numbers. Sheer strength alone will not grant us victory. The other members of the Divine Circle intend to create a distraction to draw them away, but even then, we are still outmatched. How am I to sway my brothers to join us? Even the mere mention of the Isle of Zeki is enough to turn them away. You must convince them with a thorough explanation of your plan. That sounds like what Tsukumo would do. He always had a way with words. If that is what you believe, then I suppose it is worth a try. Would you be willing to accompany me? Not to speak with everyone, of course, only until I've gained my nerve. I was trying to remember, like, was this the tribe that only proves themselves with their actions? But I think that was the people in that big field. I had an awkward amount of experience today. I had to do exactly one quest to get the last 60. I've not been hitting the cap at all, though, because I'm only doing one beast tribe at a time. Like, I'm about to be done with the Kojin, I think, and I still haven't even started the other ones. I did do 20 minutes of reading dialogue for starting one of the other ones, but it's like a whole quest chain, so it's taking a while. Ah, Zev. Your presence is greatly appreciated. Now then. Are you well, Kabuto? Oh, are you well, Kabuto? It's rather unlike you to call on anyone for help. I suppose next Makura will tell us the striped rays are drowning. Tsukumo has been taken by the Red, and I mean to rescue him. So it is true. I had hoped it was only a rumor. But what are we going to do? We are not fighters, Kabuto. You would be leading turtles to slaughter. Tonight we dine on turtle soup. I realize that, which is why I will not ask you to fight. But I do have a plan that requires your help. You are perhaps the greatest swimmer the Ruby Sea has ever known, and your knowledge of its currents is unmatched. That is why I would ask you to lead their soldiers on a chase. Distract them, that I might do battle with their leader alone. A chase, you say? Should be simple enough to drag those sea slugs through the waves. Might even prove fun. Very well, give me time to prepare, and you will have your diversion. He listened. He listened and agreed to help. No doubt your presence helped to convince him. But I cannot ask you to be present for everyone. Wait with the elder while I speak with the others. I never realized talking could be so tiresome. I take it you have spoken with everyone, then. Fear not, your cause is just, and from what Zev has told me, your plan is sound. We only need wait for the others to assemble.
popular, are we? It would seem my words have fallen on deaf ears. Come, Zev. We must save Tsukumo on our own. You are too quick to judge your brothers, Kabuto. Take another look. I'm so tripped up on how they clearly wear their shells on their backs via shoulder straps, and they're not like attached to them seemingly. It's just such a, there's like a gap.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I thought it prudent to have proper weapons should we be forced to confront the Red. But I made a short trip to visit the Kestir.
You traveled all the way to Reunion for weapons.
You traveled all the way to Reunion for weapons? There's too many characters, they all look the same, it's so hard.
I paid a visit to the forge in Kugane, and the short smith, and the young smith, Shihumi, I believe is her name, insisted she be brought here to prepare Tsukumo's return. She seemed quite adamant in seeing to his repairs.
Shihumi, I had nearly forgotten. I know not how to repay you.
When a brother is in need, we help. It's as simple as that.
Just so. You'll find more of our brothers are waiting outside. Everyone's prepared to do their part to see Tsukumo return safely.
Which is why I scouted ahead.
Lest we have any unwanted surprises, I overheard the soldiers on watch speaking to Hiromaki. They say he's been gloating over his latest plunder, keeping it on display at the heir of the opulent. It has to be Tsukumo.
Then I know where I must go.
As I mentioned before, your task will be to circle around the island and draw the attention of as many soldiers as you can. While they're distracted, Zev and I will sneak onto the island through the dive. Today we shall prove the blue are not to be trifled with. One day we'll even be able to explain why we're called the blue when we're all green. To the Isle of Zeki. Everyone is here. Everyone here is green. A lot of the environment is green. There's blue in that there's an Aether. Well, Aetheryte's always blue, and the ocean's always, like, I mean, the ocean can be green too, but they didn't make the ocean this color. I wonder if it's like a strange mistranslation, or if blue means something in particular. What stands out to me is that the red Kojin are, in fact, red. Bodacious motions joyfully to you. I just saw that. His name's Bodacious. What a name. I don't even know what emote that is. Motions joyfully. Do 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 do. Do do do. This is the actual entrance. If I try to fly too high, it might hit invisible ceilings. Oh, I'm trying. Well, I don't know why I went into the water. Oh, there you are. Never mind. Like, why would there be a character in the water? Because we're sneaking in through the dive.
You're here. Good. Everyone is in position. When we reach the heir of the opulent, I will see to Hiromaki while you retrieve Tsukumo. Are you ready?
I panicked for a second there because it said that the level was going to be capped at level 60. And I'm like, oh god, I'm only level 52. So I'm used to playing my Dark Knight. It's like, oh right, level 60 was one eternity ago. Also, level capped to level 60? That's the beginning of the expansion, isn't it? That's only 10 levels above the ending of Realm Reborn.
when the, this would have been 20 levels after the end of that story, so it's weird.
I've never felt such power. With this, we should have all we need to stop any in our way.
They're doing a lot of talking. Okay, oop.
By the kami. They should be out in the water, not here fighting. We have to help them.
Oh, right. Gotta remember how to play as a machinist. Class swapping is wild. I might not have mentioned Dark Knight before in this particular episode. But I'm leveling Dark Knight. I don't know if Dark Knight videos have come out already. But I was not leveling Dark Knight at the beginning of this run, but this run started all the way back in April. Like, I took an entire eternity. For some reason, I started this faction on my birthday, April 23rd. I don't know why. But also, I took as long as a month between story quests, or more in some cases. A lot of the time, it was because I just wasn't doing the quests at all. Just had other priorities for a while. Still do, really. I'm forcing myself to also do this sometimes. But there were also chunks where I just like I hit the next reputation threshold, but I just don't really feel like doing the voice acting right now. So it just sat there in limbo for weeks sometimes, where a different player would just mash through it and be like, "All right, well, there's a cutscene for a few minutes anyway. Back to grinding." Trying to make videos makes it all take longer. Self-inflicted. I think people wouldn't be that surprised if I just skipped all of the Beast Tribe stuff, even if I did do it off camera. But I think that there's at least some people that like that I do it. You're watching this, so you're probably one of those people. Oops. You're not the main character. Shit. Bunshin. There he is. Kabuto. I lost track of Kabuto. They all use the same character model.
Curses. I wasn't expecting such numbers. If they would stand against us, then we have no choice.
It'll be easy. I explode them with my explodey guns. Rip. Rip. You got him. Didn't really need your help though. I'm pretty set. Oh my god. It is a lot of them. But we got it. Big drill. Okay, I think I need to kill this guy to make him stop stunning my guy. But I also don't really need his help. I'm fine. Big drill. Easy enough.
The air of the opulence is just ahead. Once inside, you mustn't let down your guard. Wait, Kabuto, we're prepared the last treasure to aid in your fight against Hiromaki. It's right around this corner. I lost my place in what I was reading because the next text popped up right when I was between words, so I didn't realize at first that it was now showing me a different sentence. Because I'm reading in the bottom corner, because reading the top screen is useless, basically. It comes and goes too quickly and too suddenly, whereas you can see the whole feed at once in the bottom left, but there is no animation for it, like, proceeding. Sometimes it sneaks up on me. With this last blessing, we should all have the strength we need. We should have all the strength we need. Let's put an end to Hiromaki and his schemes.
Trying to look at the tiny text in the corner. Very small.
There. It's Hiromaki, and he has Tsukumo.
The soldiers are all taking to the water. Now is your chance.
Thank you. All of you. I promise this opportunity will not be wasted. Fall back and join the others. Zev will handle the rest.
Understood. Good luck. May the Kami keep you safe.
We have faith in you, Kabuto. So, you've come after all. Shogi, why don't you entertain our guests?
With pleasure.
Come, Zev. He stands no chance against the both of us.
With our powers combined?
How dare you raise your blade against General Hiromaki? Yours will be a slow and painful death.
If we're to save Tsukumo, he has to be stopped.
I just remember that I'm a ranged character. Hang on a minute, I don't have to be right up in here. Dealing with this mess. Evil bubbles. Oop, okay. I don't think I want to be in that. Okay, so we only really had to destroy one of them. And that was enough. Oh, they're dropping bombs. This is a stack. It's a bit of a mental workout getting back into how a previous character used to work when you haven't done it for a while. Alright, hang on a minute. How do I play this game again? So I guess there's no reason to break another one.
kind of cool if you can make more progress or whatever, but who cares?
Owie. Time to use my very occasional self-heal. I am sad whenever I lose my robot. I only have my robot lady queen at maximum level. And it took a long time to unlock something cooler than the little drone. And it's akin to like that time where when I made my character in the first place, I partially chose monk based on how cool the costume looked, but then you only get that costume at the end of the monk storyline, and then that was also when I figured, oh, this should be the tempo of when I choose to change my characters as I go through this game. I should pick a new character instead of playing as the same character the whole time, or the same class the whole time. So the moment I actually unlocked the monk outfit that is advertised in the character selection screen is also when I stopped playing monk. And I only got mileage out of the queen mech thing because there's a bit of overlap time where you're still trying to finish the story and have not beaten it yet. But you already are max level. I have been max level for a bit. Gonna hit you with the big crit. Was not as final as I hoped it would be. Got it.
I've had enough of your meddling. I will rip your heads from your shoulders and mount them on the walls of the vault. Urizev, see to Tsukumo. Prepare yourself.
Hi. Oh.
Is that the best you can do? This is your last chance. Join me or die along with the rest of the blue. Ugh. Get up. The others counting on you. My work is done. Follow your heart. It will always
Whoop. Tsukumo.
General Hiramaki's fallen. Retreat!
Bye.
Quickly, we must take him back to Tamamisu. I apologize if I've worried you. I am fine. But there is still no change in Tsukumo. He's remained lifeless since he last spoke on the Isle of Zeki. Shihomi, can you repair him?
I'm sorry. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him physically. I could grant him movement, but only such as an ordinary katakuri puppet might have.
Tsukumo is no ordinary puppet. He is of the divine. Zeph, you have dealt with matters of magic before, yes? Do you know of anything that might restore Tsukumo? But why? Have you forgotten Tsukumo's parting message? His parting message? You say that as if his intention was to leave. What's this? Did it fall from Tsukumo's altar?
How could I have overlooked such a thing while examining him? Huh. It bears a striking resemblance to materia. Of course. Materia is essentially spiritual energy in crystallized form. It was likely used to make Tsukumo's core.
Are you saying it was this materia that gave him life?
Precisely. And I have an idea how we may still put it to use. Would you sit down for a moment? It's a suppository. A perfect fit. It suits your helmet quite nicely.
Thank you, Shihomi. I will treasure it always. Tsukumo, you lent your voice when I could not find my own, your courage when I had only cowardice. Thanks to you, I now understand the strength that comes from the bonds I share with others. Before I might have thrown this materia away, but now? Now I would honor Tsukumo's memory by protecting the vault and the allies that have helped us fill it.
Ooh. That was a weird effect. That armor had a moment. The lighting was acting weird. I think the time of day might be changing right when the cutscene's happening. Thanks to your concerted efforts with Kabuto, Tsukumo now rests peacefully in the treasure vault. I'm actually not sure if there is time of day down here. Does this place noticeably have a nighttime? Or is it all artificial light? New Kojin tribal daily quests are now available from Zukin at Tamamizu. Original Kojin, Divinity. Nope. Sworn. Interestingly, it was framed like I was done already, but maybe I'm not. Or... Suzuki now has new quests, but I did one already today, so it's just gonna be 2. I was wrong about how this works. Actually, I can't remember if there's... That did feel like the ending. I think you might have to then max out the next meter, but then maybe there's no real story moment. But I'll refresh my memory, but the hard way by doing it. But I think you need to max out that meter to gain access to the final story mission that combines all of the beast tribes, if they do that again. We'll have to see. I'm back! Meter is full. I did it eventually. I have the power. I should really start the other meters. Kabuto appears to be in better spirits than when you last met.
Zev, I was hoping you would visit. Things have not been quite the same since we lost Tsukumo. I've taken his words to heart. My every waking moment has been devoted to seeking treasures for our vault. We've made great progress, but the others insist I take a break, if only for a short while. Rather than sit idle here in Tamamizu, I thought my time would be better spent visiting the good people of Othard who made contributions to the treasure vault. It'd be a wonderful trip, made all the better by your company. You would join me. Come to Yangsha. I plan to start by paying a visit to Gyokai.
I was right. Okay. I forgot whether or not there was a real storyline here, or if it just ends with like, wow, you did it. Good job. See you when you finish all the other factions for the post Beast Tribe storyline. But yeah, there is a closing story. I almost like edited it all together and rendered it out and just uploaded it. Very big wall. There you are.
My, what a surprise. I trust all has been well since your last visit, yes? Yes?
Quite well, thank you. Trade with you and the other Namazu has been a boon. I came today to offer you thanks on behalf of the Blue Kojin.
No, it is I who should be thanking you. Once more, I can enjoy sunny days and blue skies, clear of birds and their unsavory gifts. Yes, life has never been better.
Ah, so the curse was lifted, as Tsukumo predicted. A pity he could not come with us to hear the good news.
Tsukumo? Who is that? It sounds like a more like a flavorful dish than a person.
Come now, Gyokai, surely you remember the talking doll that accompanied me when we first met.
What a silly, silly Kojin you are. As if I would forget something so remarkable as that. There was no such thing present when I met the two of you. No, no.
What in Kami's name is going on? Perhaps that day has affected his memory. I suppose that's possible. It's not uncommon for one's memory to become hazy when thinking back on traumatic experiences. When a foe is truly formidable, even I cannot truly recall what happened when we exchanged blows. At any rate, it would be unkind to make him relive his meeting with the Red. I won't keep you any longer, Gyokai. Gyokai, take care, and may the blessings of the Kami be upon you.
Farewell, my friends. The next time I will go to visit you in Tamamizu. Yes, yes.
What say we visit Reunion next? Uchikin is likely a master of marksmanship by now. Well. Given that I've been doing the Dark Knight storylines, this is reminiscent. Reaching the end of the storyline and to discover that an entire character wasn't really there. It's good to see you both. Talk of your prowess is still hot on the lips of every merchant in Reunion. Your father must be proud. Please, there's no need to thank us. No, it is I who should be thanking you. If not for your generosity, we would never have had the means to rescue our dear Tsukumo from the Red Kojin. That was about to thank us, yet? Would that Tsukumo were here. He was quite adept at interpreting your expressions. Does that mean you don't remember Tsukumo? A talking doll no higher than my knee, in the likeness of a Kojin. First Gyokai, and now these two. I don't know what's going on here, but it can't be good. Perhaps we should visit Shihomi. Surely she of all people would remember Tsukumo. Thank you for your time, but we must be leaving. Blessings of the Kami be upon you. The question is did he wipe the memory of everyone who met him, or were we misinterpreting the events the whole time? Because people did acknowledge him, I believe. People tried to even take him. Yeah, people tried to steal him for his special properties even at one point. Good day to you, Zev. Kawato. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I realize this is sudden, but do you recognize the jewel on my helmet? Of course. I was the one who said it for you. Oh, thank the Kami. Then you must also remember Tsukumo, the doll from whence it came? You mean that Kakuri puppet that I gave to you as a gift for rescuing me? The very same. Yes, I remember. It was so old and worn. I was honestly quite surprised you were so taken with it. The way you would clutch it in your arms. And you named it Tsukumo. It was quite touching. Though I must say, it was quite peculiar to see materia produced from a doll. It usually comes from arms or armor of after a great deal of use. But you claim this is what brought Tsukumo to life. What? I said no such thing. I know not whose spirit gave form to that materia, but I fear affixing it to your helmet has clouded your memory.
No. Tsukumo was alive, I tell you. He was always there to say what I could not, and he helped me establish relations with a great many people.
I'm sorry, Kabuto, but I do not question this puppet meant a great deal to you, but if it was truly able to walk or talk, I was not witness to it.
Have I gotten mad, Zev? How can no one remember? After everything we've accomplished. Do you suppose my brothers have forgotten him as well? No one has spoken to Tsukumo since the battle of the Isle of Zeki, but I am beginning to suspect it's not to save me grief. Sorry to have troubled you. I only meant to come and give thanks for the puppet, and for your wonderful work on my helmet. Take care, Shihomi.
I pray the kami guide you to the answers you seek.
Let's return to Tamamitsu. I would have a word with the elder.
Something is indeed up. It's this, you had the strength in you all along. Wow. What brings the two of you here? By all rights, you should be resting, Kabuto.
A question has been weighing on my mind for some time now, and well...
There you are. I've assembled the Divine Circle as you asked. What is it you wish to discuss?
Thank you all for coming. No one has spoken of him since he was lost to us, but I wish to speak with you all about Tsukumo.
Tsukumo? Ah. You mean the puppet you enshrined within the treasure vault?
So you do remember. I was beginning to fear everyone had forgotten the founder of our fellowship.
What are you saying, Kabuto? It was you who formed the Divine Circle.
No, it was Tsukumo. Why can none of you remember? I didn't think to ask, seeing as you accompanied me on my travels about Athard, but now I fear I must. Tell me, true Zev, do you remember Tsukumo?
Of course I remember. I mean, I obviously do, in that I witnessed those events.
Oh, what a relief. Thought I was losing my mind.
Curious that only the two of you recall Tsukumo as more than a mere doll. But perhaps this is not without reason. I believe the kami are meant to guide you on a journey of enlightenment. A journey only you are meant to remember. Yet it seems our friend Zev here possesses a rare gift, one that allows him to recall that which others cannot.
You needn't mince words, Elder. You think this all a figment of my imagination, don't you?
Not at all. In fact, I had similar experience many years ago. At the time, I assumed no one would believe me, and so I have kept it to myself all this time. There are myriad kami in this world, each with their own will, their own purpose. In the end, it would seem this kami was meant not for the Divine Circle, but for you. I would be lying to say if I said I wasn't jealous. Oh, what I wouldn't give for such a divine guidance. But this is not the time for envy, but praise. The kami saw fit to make Kabuto a fine leader, and the blue have gained new allies because of it.
Truth be told, I can scarcely believe how far I've come. Looking back, I can see how foolish I was to think protecting my brothers meant having to push them away. Tsukumo taught me the bonds we share are worth more than any treasure.
Heed well the lessons you have learned here, Kabuto. I sense the path before you leads to a great many things.
Wherever the path may lead, we will walk it together.
It's what Tsukumo would have wanted. Our quest for treasure begins anew. For the blue. Pay no attention to the floating carpet. That is not flat. That is not... It's so rigid. What did they do to it? Blood Sworn. You receive experience point bonus upon completion of Kojin Tribal... Oh. Kinda neato. If they give you enough bonus experience, it might even be good for actually leveling. Alright, I'm now Bloodsworn of the Kojin. Time to actually start getting the other factions started. Oh god. It's just the startup time. Well...